Hello, children. For your lesson today, we will be continuing your lessons on letters. We will be looking at the last four letters of the alphabet. First, we will be looking at letter W. You will be learning about letter W. Let's first look at the things that begin with letter W. And as we go through the pictures, listen carefully to the sound. Watch, watch. Web, web. Watermelon, watermelon. Well, well. Whale, whale. Now, once you've been carefully learning to the sound of letter W, you've been carefully learning as we name these things. Now, what is the sound of letter W? Say out the sound of letter W. The sound of letter W is W. W. How do you write letter W? Let's take a look. To write letter W, we will start with the capital letter. First, we go down, up, down, and up. This is capital letter W. Next, we look at the small letter W. We do the same for the small letter W. We go down, up, down, up. As you can see, the two W's have the same shape. The only difference about this is the capital letter W is bigger in size compared to the small letter W. Now that you've learned about the letter W, let's look at the next letter. Let's learn about the letter X. We'll first be reviewing about the sound of letter X, the things learning about the letter X. Letter X is a little different compared to the other letters. Now, to learn the sound of letter X, we will be looking at the things that end with letter X, as the things that begin with letter X has a Z sound. The things that end with letter X, for example, fox, has a X sound. That is the sound of letter X. Box, box. 6, fox, box. 6. Can you remember the sound of letter X? What is the sound of letter X? Say out the sound of letter X. The sound of letter X is X. X. Now, let us learn to write letter X. How do you write letter X? To write letter X, We will be starting with the capital letter. We'll learn to write capital letter X. First, we go down and go back up here, another side, down. We go down, another side up here, we go down again. This is capital letter X. Now let's learn to write small letter X. For small letter X, we do the same. We go down and another side down. Just like letter W, the only difference between capital letter and small letter X is capital letter X is bigger in size compared to small letter X. They have the same shape. Now let's look at the next letter you're going to learn today. The next letter you're going to learn today is the letter Y. You'll be learning about letter Y. Let's first look at the things that begin with letter Y. As we name the pictures, you listen carefully to the sound of letter Y. Yacht. Yacht. Yarn. Yarn. Yo-yo. Yo-yo. Yak. Yak. Yawn. Yawn. So what is the sound of letter Y? Can you say out the sound of letter Y? The sound of letter Y is Y. Y. Now let's learn to write letter Y. How do you write letter Y? To write letter Y, we first start with the capital letter. We go down, down, make a small V up here, and from here, we go down again. This is capital letter Y. What about small letter y? How do we write small letter y? For small letter y, we go down the side and down. Now, for the letter y, for the small letter y, it has a tail that should go down the line. When you're writing it, your small letter y should be written with the tail going down the line. Now let's look at the last letter you're going to learn today. The last letter you're going to learn today is letter Z. We will be learning about letter Z. We say this letter as letter Z. Let's start with the things that begin with letter Z. First, we have zero, zebra, zigzag, and zip. Zero, zebra, zigzag, zip. Have you been listening closely? Now, what is the sound of letter Z? say out the sound of letter Z. The sound of letter Z is Z. Z. Now that you've known the sound, let's learn to write letter Z. How do you write letter Z? Let's start with a capital letter. For capital letter Z, we start by going across, then we go down and across. This is capital letter Z. As for small letter Z, we do the same. We go down, we go across, down, and across. Just as the same as letter W and letter X, letter Z have the different shapes. Both letters Z have different shapes. Both capital letter and small letter Z have same shapes. Sorry, have the same shapes. Capital letter Z is just bigger than small letter Z. All right, children. That's all for your lesson that's all for the lesson you have for today. Catch you next time.